Certainly the underdog. I want to start my recording here.
I got that going, and you are watching Noggin versus TriMaster in the Go for StarCraft 2 series for the ESL. And we are Frag Fortune, Connected and Genocidal, bringing you some cast in action. Noggin, that pink Terran, at the bottom right position, and TriMaster, the blue Terran, in the top left position.
Now, I don't remember because we just did it a second ago and my short-term memory is shot. But did it say that TriMaster always played Terran? Because I was under the impression that he was a Protoss player.
Yeah, so was I.
So
Maybe he
I
switched.
don't know if maybe he switched. I mean, once you go toss,
It wasn't random.
Once you go toss, you'll never get a loss. But TriMaster's going to switch it up here.
Looks like he's
And it's going to be TVT action. The first TVT of the night. Excuse me, my voice is still shot from yelling Rufio all night. It's a lot more fun than you would think.
Oh, man.
As the drinks keep going down, everybody just wants to yell it more and more. And then you get the microphone out and just forget about it.
My night was pretty chill. I had a couple porters, did a little barbecuing, had a few people over.
I know, this was nothing like that.
Yeah, no, you had a full-blown rager with four
It
logos.
was a pretty good time. Yeah, well, when people start walking in with cases of Four Locos in their hand, it's about to, it's like that Bud Light commercial. Here we go. So, it was on. And,
TriMaster.
Quick gas here. Quick gas.
Excuse me. He's also popping that barracks putting that barracks up real close to his command center. Whereas down in Noggin's base, he's following and TriMaster's scout there, but he decided to build a little bit more traditional for a Terran player with the barracks closer towards the front and probably going for that wall in, chasing TriMaster out though. While he has another SCV about to scout up the other side, coming up across the middle, but will be greeted by this Marine of TriMasters.
Yeah, it looks like TriMaster, and I've heard a couple Terran players tell me this when I'll ask them, why don't you wall in? And they'll say it all depends on the matchup, especially if they're going TVT. They'll say, I won't wall in because a Terran's only going to have ranged units anyway.
Yeah.
So he'll easily bust up my wall in. So I can gain a split-second advantage if I build closer to my base because my SCV doesn't have to run all the way out to the front to build.
Yeah, definitely
And,
less
travel
movement,
time.
yeah.
Yes. So then those split seconds add up in a game like this. That's really all you're looking to do is always just be a split second ahead of your opponent, and you will win most of the time if you can do that. So I think that's what he was opting to do, knowing he had a TVT matchup here. And he is going to get a Reaper out for a little bit of harass. So Reaper's been, really nerfed hard. They got hit with the nerf stick a couple times already, and nobody really uses them anymore. But TriMaster's going to give it a shot. It's usually tough to pull off Terran on Terran, and it looks like Noggin's got his Marine set up here on the ledges ready for just such a thing. I mean, great setup here for Noggin. He's got Marines everywhere, all over that Reaper. It's not going to get much done. It's going to try and pick off an SCV here. And he gets popped. So Noggin was ready for that, and here comes the Noggin build. Looks like maybe.
Looks like the APMs by request on the average for Noggin's 90 and for TriMaster 180.
Yeah, TriMaster just blowing through the roof here on APM. Noggin saying nice scout, of course referring to that Reaper that came running through the base there. But Noggin was able to handle that no problem. TriMaster looks like he's walling in his back door though.
And Noggin looks
Like,
like he's about to have a
front.
tank come out, and there it is.
Noggin?
Starport with the just tech lab and waiting to see which weapon of choice he's
the
going
Raven.
with, and it is the
It's
Raven.
It's the build. It's the build. I mean, look, he's got the Marines, he's got the Unsiege siege tank, No Siege Tech coming.
Why do I have a weird feeling that we've casted these two before, except it was Terran versus, like you said, Proto? You know?
Because I think we did.
And we saw Noggin do this build early on, and I wonder if it'll work against playing the same person who's had it done to them before, possibly, but as now.
Well, if we did
different
cast
race.
these two previously, Noggin definitely did it because Noggin always did this build up until the most recent game we saw, previous to the game we saw that he didn't. So, if you can follow that, good for you. But basically, Noggin has always done this build except for one game that we casted, and that wasn't against Trimaster. So, if he's played Trimaster before we casted it, he definitely hit him with the 1-1-1. It looks like Trimaster has his own 1-1-1 going on. Because look, he's got siege tanks too with no siege tech. I think Trimaster, and he's got a Raven out.
I think
Trimaster's throwing the same build right back at him.
I don't know. He's got this Marauder though.
Well, he threw some Trimaster spice in the recipe. Made it his own.
I mean, we got 3 sieges for Noggin. How many up here? 1 for Tri, another on the way. No siege. Man, if a Raven comes out, I'm just gonna off myself. The Raven is out. What the hell?
I told you it was Raven out. Yeah, he's been Raven out already. I told you, man.
Yo,
he
look at
ripped
this.
his build off.
Yo, he's taking Noggin style. These guys got to be buddies. And look at these guys are gathering up too. They're probably watching the stream, going, "Oh shit, he's using my build against me, and he's moving out. Let me get my guys together, get my Raven close to my front there, and." Banshee, and let's go meet. Except it clearly shows that Noggin has a little bit more experience in this build because
Yeah, he's got more metal coming.
the unit composition is big different. Yeah, it's a lot.
Got way more metal coming. So
And they're gonna
help.
see from this tower that there's a lot of units coming in. Right about
they do
now.
cross right in the middle here.
Yep.
Are they going to engage? And Noggin does. Is he going to see that his Banshee gets pulled off the side? Noggin does see it. It's him coming for Trimaster. But it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Noggin gets the turret down. He's going to mop that up. He's going to say, Trimaster, let me show you how the Noggin build is done. You do know my name is Noggin, right, motherfucker? I'm coming for your front.
And you can see Bunker getting thrown out by Trimaster, but that and another one, but I don't know if there's enough units to go in there.
Yeah, that's
This is definitely
That's it. Too much
that's
metal in
crazy.
space. More siege tanks coming. That was pretty interesting that Trimaster did try and throw the Noggin build right at Noggin. I mean, you just can't do that. How could that possibly work?
It is,
Trimaster
good game.
calls GG. And Noggin's going to be up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. This is round 4 here in the Go4 SC2 Cup, brought to you by NationalESL.com and broadcast by us, FragFortune.com.
yeah.